Sa'id al-Jurayri said, I heard Abu Tufail. And Abu Tufail, may Allah be pleased with him, was the last companion to die. So he was the last one of the companions, may Allah be pleased with him. He said, I saw the Prophet ﷺ, and there is no one left on the face of the earth who has seen him. Meaning, I'm the last one of the companions alive. He said, I said to him, that is Sa'id, said to Abu Tufail, describe him for me. So Abu Tufail, may Allah be pleased with him, said, he was white, handsome, of medium size. This is the description of the Prophet ﷺ that is consistent among all the companions of the Prophet ﷺ. And when we come to the definition of beauty, how do you define something that's beautiful or handsome? They say it has to be proportional, it has to be symmetric, and it has to be of something that is average. There's no extremity in it. And the Prophet ﷺ was bestowed by Allah both physical and mental beauty of all. That's why most, if not all, messengers and prophets of Allah were the elite of their people, in their lineage, in their character, in their physical ability, in their beauty, and how handsome they were. And the Prophet ﷺ was no exception. And this is why the Prophet ﷺ, when people looked at him for the first time, they would totally and quickly relate to that fact. Abdullah ibn Salam, may Allah be pleased with him, who was a Jew, who was a rabbi among the most knowledgeable of the Jews at the time. He said, when I heard of the coming of the Prophet ﷺ to Medina, I know his description in the Torah. So I said, let me go and look at him and see and hear some of what he has to say. He says, the moment I looked at his face, I immediately recognized and realized that this is not the face of a liar, and this is the face of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Moving on to the following chapter, the seal of prophethood of the Prophet alaihi salatu wasallam. What is that? The seal of the prophethood is a sign that was mentioned and described in the previous scriptures, where the Prophet ﷺ was recognized by, so that he would be known and recognized by the people when they see him. And it's like a piece of flesh between his shoulders on the back of the Prophet ﷺ, a little bit to the left. So this is like the seal of the prophethood. Whoever sees it recognizes that he is the Prophet of Allah alayhi salatu wassalam. As-Sa'ib ibn Yazid said, I went to the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam accompanied by my aunt, and my maternal aunt said to the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam, my sister's son, my nephew, he's in pain. So the Prophet ﷺ stroked my head, and he ﷺ supplicated blessings for my sake. Stroking the head and supplicating is a form of ruqya. Then the Prophet ﷺ performed the minor ritual ablution. He made wudu. He says, I drank from his ablution water and stood behind his back, whereupon I observed the seal between his shoulders, and it was like the button of the bridal canopy. Now, this is a description from a companion, and he says that, may Allah be pleased with him, that the seal of the prophethood was between his shoulders, alayhi salatu wasalam, and it was like a button of the bridal canopy, which has buttons in it. Some scholars, like at-Tirmidhi, they say it is a resemblance of the egg of a particular bird. So this is how it looked. In another narration, which is the following hadith of Jabir ibn Samurah, He said, I saw the seal between the shoulders of the Prophet of Allah ﷺ as a red swelling like the egg of a dove. So the size is small, but it is the same description. Rumaytha, and this is the following hadith. May Allah be pleased with us, said, I heard the Prophet of Allah ﷺ, and if I wished to kiss the seal between his shoulders, I would have done so because of his nearness. So she's emphasizing that she heard this particular hadith from the Prophet ﷺ as she was so close to the Prophet that if she wanted, she was behind him, to kiss the seal of the prophethood, she would have done that. So what did the Prophet say alayhi salatu wasalam? He said that Sa'd ibn Mu'adh, on the day he died, he said about him that the throne of the Almighty Allah Azza wa Jal was shaken on his account. And this hadith is reported in the Sahih. And it was narrated by almost 10 or more companions. So there's nothing to doubt in its authenticity. And it means that the throne is one of Allah's creation. Allah doesn't need it. Allah doesn't depend on it. Like all other creations of Allah, Allah is independent. So this creation of Allah, the throne, though it's the largest of all Allah's creations, when Sa'd ibn Mu'adh died, it shook out of joy and happiness that Sa'd is coming. And this was heard by this companion who is describing to us the seal of the prophethood. هذا والله أعلم ونسبة العلم إليه أسلم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد.